At Wakefield, and the 4-try star of that show, Callum Watkins, naturally retains his place on the wing. Kevin Sinfield's closing in on Lewis Jones's all-time record points haul for the Leeds club in a career, and he has scored 248 points against Wigan over the years. There's just one change up front, and Jay Pitt's impressed coming off the bench last week, and he gets his first start of the season. There he is, number 22 in the second row. Chris Clarkson then moves to the bench. Ian Kirk, who was ill and missed last week's win at Wakefield, he returns to the 17-man squad. For the Wigan Warriors then, Stephen Marsh and Josh Charnley, two of their young stars who've been catching the eye all year. They're rested. Joel Tompkins returns after a 2-game suspension. He plays in the centre. Amos Roberts on the wing. Sean O'Loughlin, who was so effective at standoff against Huddersfield 2 weeks ago, is back there again. And talking of that win against the Giants, it's the same pack that was used that night. Liam Farrell missed last week's defeat against Warrington. He returns at loose forward. And on the bench, Brett Finch, who made his first start last week, and Kiwi international prop Jeff Lima, substitute for the 5th game in a row, alongside Lee Mossop and Chris Tewson. Well, a perfect night, April the 1st. Spring has certainly sprung. It's warmed up a tad, and the pitch, it's a little bare of grass in places, but it's dry. It's a fast track. It should be a great game, this. Wigan, they succeeded Leeds as champions last October. They are 5th in the table now. Leeds are 6th. Wigan, though, they do have that game in hand. They've dropped just 3 points from their first 6 games. Only 1 defeat in their first part of this season, and only 1 defeat in the first 11 in 2010. Out they come, leaving behind the Leeds Rhinos in their dressing room. They've lost 3 of their first 7. Last year, with the World Club Challenge as a distraction, they won just 3 of their first 9 rounds. They finished in the lowest position for 8 seasons in 2010, and that was 4th. And if they lose to Wigan here, it'll be a 3rd home defeat from 4, their worst start to a home Super League campaign since the inaugural year of 1996. And 3 home defeats would be as many as Leeds have suffered in 8 of the 15 Super League seasons so far. Only Salford have lost here. Harlequins and St Helens have gone away with the 2 points. Richard Silverwood, the big match referee, just handed the match ball to Kevin Sinfield, the Leeds captain. It's going to be Leeds who will get this game underway. They will attack from right to left as we watch. As I say, perfect night for a perfect game, and this should be one of the best games of the season so far. Blast on the referee's whistle. Sinfield gets us underway. A game to savour.
It certainly should be, Eddie. Oh, and that's a big mistake. Right from the kick-off, Thomas Luluai really has struggled this season to get into top form, and that will not help his confidence at all. It's very, very breezy out here and windy, but there's no excuse for that, and he knows it too.
Kevin Sinfield's excellent though at making his kickoffs as difficult as possible. He'll do it all night here, and they get the first chance to attack.
Sinfield pops the ball into the arms of Carl Ablett. It's a test early of this Wigan defence, and Jamie Jones-Buchanan will run the ball at them, and that's good play by those 3, but he gets the ball away. And this is Ryan Bailey, and Bailey will drive those legs for the line. Very impressive, apparently, last week, Ryan Bailey, when he was given a start. Badiris at dummy half, not the best kick, not the best pass rather, but Wigan are offside at the play of the ball.
Well, surely they'll tap it. They won't go for the option of the 2 points. They're very close indeed. Not the mistake there. Thomas Luluai knocking on right from the kick-off, and again caught offside. This is where they really should have applied the pressure, and I think that is what Sinfield will be talking about. But Badiris will start it.
Big test coming up again of the Wigan defence. Good driving run by Luluai from an almost standing start. They're camped underneath those Wigan posts again. Badiris fires the pass to Burrow. Back it comes to Brent Webb. Webb goes inside Luluai. Can't get away though from Harrison Hansen in the red scrum cap.
Good hit as well by the second rower Hansen. It had to be.
Little knock on by Badiris.
Oh, the experienced Australian hooker Danny Badiris. You don't see this often. But I must say, he took his eyes off the football. Before that replay, he had a little bit of a look around. Tense, very tense.
I do like the modern footballer, though. That's 2 knock-ons we've seen, and as many high fives as you see in the game. I'd be having words myself.
Well, pressure relieved and pressure exerted. Relief for one, frustration for the others. Golding can't go anywhere with defence like that.
A lot of criticism, of course, been aimed at this Leeds Rhino outfit. It's been a poor start as far as they're concerned, in as much that they tried to play some very attractive football, but there are times when they would be a little bit better of just calming things down. It may look pretty, but sometimes it's given the opposition far too much possession.
Here's a penalty for Wigan now. Interference at the play of the ball. A shake of the head ruefully from Keith Senior.
Well, it was very late to get away. The rules state quite clearly, if you've completed the tackle, then you roll away from the ruck area. He failed to do it. Well spotted by Richard Silverwood.
There were three very aggressive tackles prior to the one where they're giving away the penalty area. I know that the Rhinos know they have to be pumped up if they want to beat Wigan.
Yes, they're very quickly off the line, and Prescott has the ball. It goes to ground. It's picked up by Sam Tompkins, who picks up the pieces. He's clobbered by Carl Ablett. There's Michael McAlorum. This is young Liam Farrell, restored to the starting lineup here tonight. Michael Maguire, the Wigan coach, has never suffered back-to-back defeats before. And that's McAlorum with a little run, but he didn't fool Jay Pitts there. O'Loughlin gives it to Luluwa. Luluwa pops the ball up to Sam Tompkins, saw a gap, went to go between Burrow and Senior. Rob Burrow held on to him. Joel Tompkins waits at dummy half. Will give the ball then to Luluwa. He then finds Harrison Hansen.
Very disciplined defence there. Super stuff there by the Rhinos, but offside again. He's making his mark, isn't he, the man with the whistle? Mr. Silverwood says, I'm the boss, get on with it.
They're offside on their own goal line, the Leeds Rhinos, and I think the kicking tee is on its way out from the Wigan dugout, is it? I think they want them to go for the 2 points.
A little bit late. They're going to take the tap.
And a drive forward to the line is halted by the Leeds defence. It was Coley who was looking to stretch the arm out. McAlorum finds O'Loughlin, and a little dummy from O'Loughlin. Pulled down by Webb and Badiris. Here's McAlorum again. He's going for it himself.
Oh, that's great defence. He was just about to reach out there. Got the numbers, Badiris there. So was Webb, the full-back.
And here's another penalty for Wigan. The right Shamossel at the play of the ball. Taking it quickly. Luluwai attacking the line. Keeping going, Luluwai. Important tackle by Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Oh, there's got to be a penalty again, and it is. That should be the sin bin. I'm sorry, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan made no attempt whatsoever, and if that is not a professional foul, then my hair will grow back.
4 penalties on the run for the Wigan Warriors. They're still not going to go for goal here. They're trying to turn the screw, and Tompkins takes the quick tap, gives it to Coley, who'll drive it in again. Pitts there to him, so too Danny Badiris.
It's important now that Sean O'Loughlin becomes the link. Will he get first receiver? No.
O'Loughlin has, then he gives it to Harrison Hansen. Hansen finds O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin spins it wide and gets the ball away to Hoffman, who gives it to Carmont. That bounces off the chest of Sam Tompkins and went forward. And the Leeds line now will celebrate the mistake from the Wigan attack.
Oh, that's a terrific effort from Leeds as well. 5 penalties on your own, all right. They've tested the referee to the max. And here we see the penalty against McAlorum. They're certainly not going to give course here. Lots of possession. Luluwai nearly through. Buchanan with the penalty as well. Absolute penalty every day of the week. But they've gone through all that adversity and all that testing the referee, and they get the ball head and feet.
Yes, good defence on show from both sides. A couple of mistakes, a number of penalties.
A little bit of
start to this match.
Yeah, a little bit of panic there for Wigan side. We saw it at the other end. It wasn't with Leeds not getting their defence under control.
Well, I think that Wigan were instructed by the coach to go for a penalty kick, weren't they, Bill?
They were, Eddie. It might have been a different story if they'd turned around and seen Chris Redlinski and Steve Hampson gesturing frantically from the sidelines. The very first penalty, which was very kickable. It's like being next to the pigeon loft here. Everybody in the Wigan bench just to my right shouting 2, 2, 2. They didn't pay any attention and they'd come away with nothing.
Well, they conceded a penalty.
This is going to be scrappy if they're going to carry on like this. It's obvious that Richard Silverwood, he wants to be the boss. There's Redlinski. Perhaps he's upset at the fact they turned down the opportunity of 2 points, but there's only one way he's going to get these sides saying that we won't mess around and play the ball, and that's get that little yellow card out.
Maybe a bit early for that, 7.5 minutes. Know what you mean about persistent offences, though. Oh, that's a big dump to the floor on Ryan Bailey by Andy Coley. Is Badiris running it? He finds Sinfield. Back he comes to Brent Webb. Webb will bullet the pass wide and forward to Ryan Hall.
He got it. Good position as well by the official. They don't know it, but it's a scrum down, boys. Good opportunity, but you can see there it was always going forward from the full-back Webb. Got back in numbers, didn't it? There was no chance for Ryan Hall to get that ball down.
You've got to be impressed with the number of red shirt, or whatever colour it is, pink or red shirt, that got back there. Because he was clear, he was over the line, albeit from a forward pass. 4 red shirts, that's great desire from Wigan.
Is it red, Brian, or is it pink? I mean, where do you stand on this new Wigan jersey? It's not cherry and white hoops, is it?
It's certainly not blue.
No, they're the Leeds jerseys, that's for sure. Well, here they come, Wigan, with Hoffman. The Leeds Rhinos inflicted Wigan's last away defeat of any kind. It was in the Challenge Cup quarter-final, 29th of May last year. Leeds won 12-10 here. I remember rightly, it was teeming down out of the skies that day. Luluai's on the break, though, for Wigan. He's got support with him. It's Harrison Hansen. Burrow did ever so well. Burrow did brilliantly.
Unbelievable, a little halfback, Rob Burrow. It had to be as well. Well, Thomas Luluai right into the clear. Burrow timed it to perfection. It must have been very tempting for him to try to take out the man before he got the ball, but the timing was superb.
Rob Burrow back to his best this year, enjoying the benefit of a full off-season. Badiris
trying to milk the penalty as well. Badiris run at the man that had moved away, but he was the first marker.
Almost got Leeds to halfway. They're over halfway now with Luluai. There's Badiris. Now it's Sinfield and Ablett will take them on. Carmont got to him. Good hands though from Leeds. Sinfield to Badiris. Badiris then to the ground, picked up by Liam Farrell.
Now what's the man about to receive that? Was he being impeded?
Oh, it's another penalty, is it?
Well, come on. You've got to get the captain at least.
Well, we've had a plethora of penalties. That's the 7th, and 5 have gone Wigan's way.
Right, you've made the tackle on the floor. OK, when you're getting up, there's no need to put your hand on his face.
Bit of a facial. Not to the liking of the official, Richard Silverwood, and rightly so. But how many times do we see that? He's confused. Ryan McDermott.
7 penalties, 10 minutes.
Discipline, lads, come on.
Here's O'Loughlin for Wigan. Gives it to Liam Farrell. He'll drive it up the middle, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan's there. Kylie Luluai as well. That's the first tackle. Michael McAlorum waiting at dummy half. Finds Thomas Luluai. He pops it up again for Harrison Hansen.
Well, that's the second time they've used that switch. Hansen coming on the angle off Luluai.
That's got to O'Loughlin. That's good hands from Hoffman.
I'm not so sure it was intended for Hoffman, but he took it well. Pretty powerful pass from Sean O'Loughlin.
Coley. And Luluai did well to hang on to that. He skips away from one. Has he got the pace? Has he got the pace? He might not need it because Joel Tompkins is over in the corner. And it's a try for Wigan. First blood to them. And Joel Tompkins, the man back from a 2-game suspension. And that, I think, is his first try of the campaign. The suspension ended a run of 63 consecutive appearances. And his last try came in the playoff win here against Leeds last year. He's repeated the dose tonight, and Wigan have the early advantage.
Second clean break that we've seen from Thomas Luluwai. I've been critical about this guy this season. He really hasn't been on his top best. He hasn't been asking the questions, but boy, he certainly did there. Good positioning there by Joel Tompkins. Didn't panic. Not all that experience, of course, but what about the take there? In and out. He's looking. Where are you? Look how he keeps himself in a position. Nothing that Barrow can do about that. Brushes him aside. All came about by the facial that was given by Bailey. Didn't have to do it. Silly. And they paid the price, but they were superb. Boy, he's in fine form. Never mind his slow start to the season. He's zip, and this guy finishes well.
Very few teams do what Wigan just did then. The previous player, they had all of the players on the left-hand side of the field, Eddie, pushing up, trying to score. I think Ryan Alfram got the ball. And then on the very next one, all of the players on the right-hand side pushed and played on that next one. Very fast, very flat, at the line. The ball went to Thomas Luluwai, and Wella Haraki wasn't in the right position to make that tackle. Pretty impressive how, after attacking one side, Eddie, they don't waste any time, but instantly hit you somewhere else.
Sam Tompkins couldn't make it the Tompkins 1-2. Joel Tompkins, though, with the try, his first try of the season. This is his first ever start in the centres for Wigan in the Super League. 4-0, the champions are ahead against the former champions. Prescott for them.
The big problem for Brian McDermott, the coach of Leeds, is the fact that on the two occasions they've allowed Thomas Luluwai to just kink in and out. He took the ball very, very flat indeed, but he had the power. McIloran's away.
He is, and he's got Coley with him. Oh, McIloran.
Oh, he's done the wrong thing, has he? He has.
The referee wipes the tackle count clear. It's Tompkins. Tompkins gets it wide over the top, and it's flicked and picked out of the air eventually by Amos Roberts, but surely that should have gone, that pass from McIloran.
Without doubt, and the hooker realises it now.
Maybe he saw it was a prop forward on his left-hand side and decided to take the responsibility himself. Here he is once again. He finds O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin's pass is misdirected, but it's kept in the field of play by Darryl Goulding.
Move, Kevin!
Golden opportunity. Michael Maguire will be furious at that.
Liam Farrell.
It doesn't matter whether you're a prop, a winger, centre. If you are on the inside, you just draw the man.
Well, Luluwai is causing all sorts of problems for this Leeds Rhinos defence. This is Hansen. He gives it to Coley. Coley, the would-be try-scorer. He was on the support for McIloran. The pass never came. It's a penalty to Leeds. He's facing the wrong way when he played the ball. He played the ball sideways.
Well, Mr. Silverwood's come with a rule book, that's for sure. He's got it right.
Absolutely spot on.
Got it right.
You know, this guy's got to be good for them. If Wigan want to get back to the grand final, I think the development and improvement for Michael McIloran as the season progresses is key to it. You watch subtly what he's doing, the way he positions himself when he's standing behind the play of the ball. There's a great deal of deception. You look as though he's going to go one way and he'll turn and pass it the other. It just makes life easier for the runners who have to make metres.
No way through for Bailey. Castleford is 6 up at Hull FC. Here, Wigan are 4 up at Leeds, but Senior trying to do something about it. Joel Tompkins is on his back, wrestles him to the ground eventually. Wants a quick play the ball, gets it to Burrow. Burrow will scamper away, gives it then to Ian Kirk. Kirk offloads to Senior. Senior then finds Wella Haraki, and Hansen comes in with a flying tackle. Buderis, looping pass finds Webb. Webb then into centre field to Sinfield. Short ball from him, takes the return. Finds Ablett. Ablett goes wide to Callum Watkins. 4 tries last week.
It's come off a Wigan player, or is it? Well, I thought the referee had given them another set of 6. Sheer panic in the Leeds outfit.
Well, they like to keep it alive, don't they? They take the risks, Leeds, this year.
They certainly do, but he didn't see the 6 again call there that the referee had given him. And I think Sinfield is massively important for Leeds tonight, but Leeds will throw the ball around, as we've seen there.
It was definitely hit by Goulding, wasn't it?
Academic now because Wigan got it back from the fumble. And here goes Paul Prescott. Last tackle though for Wigan, only just over the halfway. And the kick from Luluai is not the best. It's straight into the arms of Callum Watkins. Once he's taking on Harrison Hansen and Liam Farrell. Burrow at dummy half.
Is that all right?
Webb pops it up and finds Ryan Hall.
Move! Play, lads! Go!
Badiris in at dummy half, gets it in front of Brent Webb. Ablett.
Not the best play of the ball there, but it was okay according to the official.
LKR 6 up at Saints. This is Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Good quick play the ball, Badiris. Wella Huraki.
Good hit by McAlorum as well.
Last one here for the Leeds Rhinos.
Got to go high, got to kick it, surely.
Webb dabs it down the line, and it stands up invitingly for Sam Tompkins, who goes to ground quickly.
Stand up!
Well, it's pretty breezy out there, it has been all day, and yet we have yet to find the bomb. Not one high kick so far.
Hold, lads, hold!
Wigan won 3 of 5 against Leeds last year, including 2 wins from 3 Headingley appearances. Carmont makes a half break, makes more than a half break.
Oh, he's passed it! Sinfield picked his pocket.
Leeds are back in possession with Jay Pitts.
Move!
Well, full credit to Wigan there. 2 flat passes right underneath their own sticks. How's that for confidence? But they have given the possession to the home side.
Burrow and Webb tries to go inside Luluai, gets the handoff away to Burrow. Burrow tries to go in between Farrell and Prescott. Badiris is there, finds his captain Sinfield. Sinfield with the pass. It found Callum Watkins on the bounce. He flicks it back. Pitts gives it to Badiris. Jamie Jones-Buchanan will level the scores for the Rhinos.
He's got it down.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan, that's his 50th try for Leeds. And it's his first try against Wigan since June 2004. It was a 22-26 away defeat in June 2004. Jamie Jones-Buchanan's come up with try number 3 of this season and his 50th in Leeds colours.
Well, they wanted to still keep it alive. This is the incident where they just flicks it away. Sinfield says thank you very much indeed, and look how it's turned around. They just kept it alive. Okay, they got the lucky bounce, but keep it going. Where's the support? You can see the defence just cut through, and he just reaches out. Tremendous effort. Jamie Jones-Buchanan latches onto the end of it. It just held back too much, and he had the reach. Great stuff. Good fight back.
Great fight back. Snake the arm out, plonk the ball down over the line. Sinfield does not miss these. Leeds are going to be 6-4 up in a second. The 250th point that Kevin Sinfield has ever scored against the Wigan Warriors for Leeds, and the Rhinos are ahead 6-4.
You know, I think this game looks at its best when the ball's passed around the field at high pace. Here's a great example of it. Goes out to the right wing, and then the Rhinos keep it alive. Jay Pitts, then back on the inside, Badiris and Jones-Buchanan. I love to see the ball moved around, and so do the South Standers.
Tompkins restarts for Wigan. They now trail 6-4, 4-0 up. And here is Ryan Bailey. First appearance of 2011 last weekend. He missed the first 6. Good hit there by Paul Prescott.
Well, my mind goes back to the fact that Michael McAlorum, he made that beautiful break. He should have passed to Andy Coley.
Leeds fancy getting Wigan caught out wide. That's Ryan Hall.
And it really could come back to haunt them, you know, during this game.
Who's hurt there is Ryan Hall, I think. Just holding his shoulder. Saints have hit back against Hulkingston Rovers. Badiris comes down the short side, finds Webb. Webb dumps it over the top to Hall. Hall nicks the kick inside to Badiris. This is a great try for the Rhinos. That's a fantastic try for the Rhinos. Badiris gets it. Credit, though, the little kick inside from Ryan Hall. Off the outside of the boot, and then Badiris just hacked it forward, and he had the speed, he had the pace, and he has the 4. Badiris, a try last week the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. And Ryan Hall, still feeling the effects of the tackle in the shoulder, was brave enough though to support the attack down the short side, got the kick in, and Badira's over for the try, as you see, in consecutive games for his team.
Sometimes you just got to test it, and that's what they've done. He was injured only a few moments ago, but it was a beautiful kick, wasn't it? Badiris, as all the hookers should do. When the ball goes out wide, what do hookers do? They run down the middle. You never know what you can sniff out. You never know what can happen. And there he is. It's a beauty. Full control. Great try. Great try. Composure. The experience telling. Sam Tompkins thought he could get there, but it's too late.
Time off.
2 tries in 2 minutes to Leeds, and they will lead by 12 points to 4 after this kick from Sinfield. He doesn't miss these. 12-4 it is.
Great to see Leeds toying with the short side. Brent Webb was really there, really well there. Tracks Amos Roberts out of that 4-man defensive line on the short side for Wigan. Okay, Ryan Hall is in the clear, has to put the ball to boot, but they do 3 times, and here we see it. Brent Webb attracting Ryan Hall down there, chip kick inside. Danny Badiris, his trial for Leeds United, straight over, 4 points.
Yeah, when he finishes here, he might go across to Ellen Road. I mean, he's probably young enough at 33.
First, move, back and square, hold.
At this level in rugby league, you've got to make sure you take your opportunities. We say that time and time again, and you know the scoreline indicates that Wigan have only crossed for 1. They've had 3 superb clean breaks where they should have finished it off. Oh, great break!
It is by Senior. He's got Webb with him, and he will be there for the return if he needs it. Roberts with a half-hearted attempt finds Hall. Well, a great break by Leeds.
They're splitting him with ease.
They are, and they're really on a roll. Here comes Bailey. Bailey, and he's on his knees there as he makes an extra 4 or 5 metres. 2 tackles remaining here. Badiris finds Sinfield. Sinfield gets it away to Webb. Webb over the top. It was forward to Watkins. It's been chalked off.
That's the second occasion that the fullback Brent Webb, the final pass has gone forward, and it has, there's no doubt about it. Look at that beautiful pass there, and they came back in numbers, just like Wigan. Surely they should have got, but Wigan got back in the numbers there, and then they got to the right. They were all over the shop. You can see the Wigan forward struggling to get into it, and on the second occasion Brent Webb has come up with a forward pass. Boy, what a let-off for the Wigan side.
Big let-off. Leeds really are in control at the moment. They're on a roll. Bill?
Eddie, I suspect that Wigan coach Michael Maguire might be about to make a significant change, because Brett Finch, who started this game on the bench, having started last week against Warrington, has come out. He's had a chat with Chris Radlinski on the sidelines, and obviously Radlinski conveying messages from up top from Michael Maguire. He's just warming, stretching up on the sidelines. So whether they're going to try and reconfigure things out there and maybe try and staunch the flow, because they are being pierced out wide at the moment.
Well, the biggest problem is Amos Roberts has come up with 4 missed tackles. You can't afford to do that, not against a side like Leeds. And it wouldn't surprise me if Mr. Roberts takes an early little rest, and there's all sorts of trouble. That's a knock-on.
It is now. Wigan are rocking here.
It's all about putting the pressure on. You cannot afford to pass a ball like that to a man who's standing still. Didn't expect it, Thomas Luluai. But he should not have offloaded. If ever there was a time that Wigan had to consolidate, just calm things down, they haven't done it.
But just like they faced against Warrington last week here, as Brett Finch is about to come onto the field, Wigan are beating a wall of defence. Leeds here now, making it hard for Wigan to go forward. That's very often when they throw the ball sideways.
And they have Watkins on the outside, but it's a knock-on the first tackle.
He said he's gone into the tackle. It's that rule that absolutely baffles everybody, including me at times. If you're moving into the tackle, and that's what he's said, and it was a good hit by Daryl Goulding. He got the rub of the green. Good refereeing by Richard Silverwood.
St Helens hit the front bar against Hull Kingston Rovers.
Oh, and they've crossed up the ball again.
Without the ball again. Well, the lack of respect for the football is absolutely slaying Wigan at the moment.
Well, lads, go.
Here's Bailey taking on Brett Finch, who's on the field, as you see. Number 17. Sinfield. Kirk. Huge figure of a man is Ian Kirk.
They'll come down. Robertson's at wing, that's for sure. No, they've gone the other way.
Badiris with a scampering run. Finch got to him with the tackle. Sinfield waits, finds Burrow. Burrow runs forwards, then backwards, and then gives it to Haraki. That's the last tackle. They're 10 metres away, the Leeds Rhinos. And they're lining up down the right-hand side. That's the way they're going with Sinfield. And Sinfield to Webb. And Webb. The ball finds ground again. It bounces off a Wigan knee. And it's still alive. This is Sinfield. He'll put the kick in. It's high and it's lateral. And it was played at, I think, by the Wigan man. And I think this could be a try for Kevin Sinfield.
Well, full credit to the Rhinos to keep that ball alive.
Was it Sam Tompkins who made the error? They're all around the referee, the Wigan players, and Captain Sean O'Loughlin.
It's got to see whether any that was involved, are they offside? Is Badiris offside? He pulls back, there's Badiris, but he's still within 10 metres. Put under pressure by Jamie Jones-Buchanan. And it certainly hits, as far as I'm concerned, Sam Tompkins. Now then, he's got to see if there's anybody that's in front that gets involved or anywhere near the fullback Sam Tompkins.
Well, I think they're both behind. You can use the cutting of the grass in where it changes shade. They're both behind, aren't they, there?
Yes,
with
there's two ahead, loitering with intent, but I don't think they got involved, did they?
No, it's Danny Badiris that is the only one goes anywhere near the 10 metre, apart from, of course, the loose forward, Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Now, there is a big question for the video referee, Ian Smith. Danny Badiris is within 10 metres, that is for sure.
I still think he was onside.
It's a big call.
Both of his feet are behind the ball.
Yeah, Badiris is onside, all right.
I'm with Phil. Badiris is onside.
So therefore, it'll be given a try.
Let's have a look, see if Sam Tompkins or David Jones knocks it on.
The try's denied. It's a penalty to Wigan.
Jamie Jones.
Said Jamie Jones
The
was
referee said
offside.
Jamie Jones, but I think the video referee is saying Webb was offside. He was loitering with intent, but it's...
Yeah, but he was nowhere near 10 metres.
The other way, Brett.
No, there
There he comes in, sorry. He's got it right. Ian Smith has got it right. Webb just... It looked as though Webb was going to go away, and then he turned around and got involved. Boy.
Couple of uncharacteristic things happening here, Mike. When you look at Wigan and the amount of errors that they're making, which is unusual for them, are certainly getting out of their own half. But you've got to give Leeds credit, because it's this Leeds line speed, it's their aggression in defence that's making Wigan be put under pressure.
Well, there's Brett Finch again.
Stand down 4.
The missed tackle count is mounting on both sides. This is O'Loughlin. That's a risky pass. He finds Joel Tompkins. Burrow is after him like a little hornet. And here is Amos Roberts cut down by Badiris. Tompkins off the boot, high and cross field.
Oh, it's
no
gonna
one's
bounce.
interested in this.
Oh, it bounced way over the whitewash.
Well, Watkins was coming for it, and Sinfield was almost turning his back on it. There's a crisis here for Michael Maguire. He's staring down the barrels of successive defeats for the first time.
Well, it's always awkward when you allow the ball to bounce. They've got away with it on that occasion.
Kevin.
He knows they've got to get themselves sorted out. It was an impressive start by the visitors, but they've just fallen apart at the moment.
Stay close, mate.
First half hour hasn't gone according to plan for him, or thereabouts half an hour. And here they come again, and they have Hablett. Hablett has got the touchline as his friend. He'll cut inside.
Well, the amount of ease that they're just cutting up this Wigan defence. Remember, start of this season, they were so proud of him.
Well, Haraki. That's only 2 tackles. Look where Leeds are. They're inside the 20. Badiris will have a run. He goes away from Luluwai. Goes down under the tackle. Sinfield, they want to get on with it, Leeds. It went behind Haraki. Find Burrow. Burrow to Webb. Webb to Senior. Senior forward again.
Well, they do take the chances. You've got to take your hat off in that department. This is the third occasion, no doubt about it, that it has gone forward, and Richard Silverwood has made sure that he's got it. This is a beautiful break on that short side. They're not aware.
What's fascinating, why Colin Watkins came into centre field and left Carl Ablett on the side when they knew they were going to do that short side play, which they did fantastic. I love sides attacking from scrums, but Keith Senior knows it's another chance gone.
But don't, if we put Callum Watkins down the short side, doesn't that tip Leeds up a little bit that there might be a short side play? So ostensibly you put your big slow bloke there that nothing going to happen, but he may be a whole lot quicker than we think, Phil. Deception.
Lee Mossop.
Well, this game could have been over. Simple as that. 3 forward passes that Leeds have produced that has turned down the try opportunity.
O'Loughlin from dummy half.
Boy, they need someone out there to show the way. He tried to milk the penalty, get on with playing the game, get back into it, and he's lost it, this Finch. That was a big hit.
Here come Leeds again in the shape of Ryan Bailey. Wigan really are gifting them the possession at the moment. Michael Maguire will be having apoplexy on the sideline. Brian McDermott's enjoying what he's seeing, but he knows, as Steve-O's pointed out, they've had 3 forward passes, and that could have been another 18 points. Here's Kirk. Here's Brian McDermott. He's barking the instructions down the walkie-talkie. Badiras to Sinfield. Sinfield to Webb, caught that in the air, and that just flicked off the fingertips of Burrow, but he's too quick.
Go.
That's brilliant stuff from Badiras. He tried to milk the penalty as well.
The ball was given to Ablett, over the top it went to Watkins. Darryl Goulding gets to Watkins. This is the last tackle here for Leeds. The kick from Burrow, maybe. Yes, left-footed. One for Webb to chase. That's got hang time. And Sam Tompkins comes up with the possession. That's a great leap.
Boy, that'll do wonders for his confidence. Remember, he was looking to get away with the fact that he spilt the ball. He said that the fullback Brent Webb was offside, but he needed to take that. There was a lot of heavy traffic around.
Little half break from O'Loughlin, halted by Kirk and Bailey. This is Harrison Hansen.
Leeds are restricting Wigan. They're keeping them in their own half, and it's very confident indeed.
Tompkins gone for a 40-20 here, and it's skipped away from Webb. That is, oh, well done, Brent Webb. He had a foot on the touchline, but the ball had gone. He'd flicked it back.
Great effort, great kick.
That's a flop there, but Lima lucky to get away with it. As you watch the replay, brilliant play from Webb.
Well, it's been a while since Wigan have been down in this region. We've got to try to stop Leeds getting anywhere near the halfway line because their confidence is up, the kicking game is solid.
This is Ryan Hall again. We can deal with the threat on that occasion. Tackle number 4. There's Paul McShane. Finds Sinfield. Sinfield goes for the break between Hoffman and Mossop.
Good work there. Good work there by Brent Finch. Came in on the angle, forced Sinfield back down the centre. Not the best kick. Should have been taken easy. It is.
By Sam Tompkins. A great chase though from Leeds. Blue and amber wall was led by Ablett. Working overtime, Ablett in the centres. Darryl Goulding. There he is, Carl Ablett. He was centre last week as well. First time in the position for 2 years for Carl Ablett. Last week in this.
Brian McDermott will be very, very happy the way that Leeds, they're a little bit shaky in the opening 15 minutes, but once they get the possession, the way that Brent Webb is chiming into the 3-quarter line is adding a lot of problems to this Wigan defence.
Here's O'Loughlin, gives it to Harrison Hansen, who's on the diagonal run, saw a gap between Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Wella Haraki. They quickly shut the door in his face. There's Finch. It's a kick that will test Watkins. It was bouncing low, but the youngster was up to it.
You know, the last time Wigan got the ball, it was on the 20-metre line about less than a minute ago. They made 50 good metres in that. I just wonder whether there's an element of fatigue here with Leeds now, and I know the coach will recognise that, trying to send on some fresh troops. Well, look, Wigan now, in this final 10 minutes before half-time, are trying to save their opponents. Can you match us here now when you're starting to tire?
Clarkson drives it forward on tackle number 4. They're still 13-14 metres inside their own half. Leeds. McShane gives it then to Ben Cross, making his 6th appearance of the year. Cross.
Good solid work by the forwards, getting it into a position. That's a beautiful kick.
It's a great kick from Sinfield. It hit a patch of sand as well and stopped almost dead. Tompkins.
There's the numbers. Well, they're controlling it, the Rhinos. Been very impressive, especially in the last 20 minutes. The way that they're moving this Wigan defence around.
Penalty here. McShane didn't retreat the 10 metres.
It wasn't either mark ready, but not close enough to the play of the ball. I think that's what they say here. Look, he's retreated too far, Eddie. He needs to be tighter to the play of the ball to be classed as a marker. Caught in no man's land, penalty, and a significant one here now with 5 to go before the break.
Yes, Wigan will look to try and get something if they can. Some good players there. Lee Smith, Danny Maguire amongst them. We're watching from the sideline. Luluai, Mossop driving it up the middle. Wigan enjoying better territory, but it's 2 tries in 2 minutes that's been their undoing in this first half. As Finch fires the pass to Tompkins, went for the half break himself, stopped by Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Wasn't going to be fooled, was he? The big loose forward.
Finch finds O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin then gives it to Harrison Hansen. Back he comes to Joel Tompkins. Tompkins after a second. Gets away from a couple there. And another one there. But in the end, Hall and Kirk stick to him like glue. 10 metres away from the line. It's O'Loughlin. Fires the pass to Finch. He changes the direction. Goes up the middle. They were alert to that.
Dribble kick into the in-goal area, surely.
Luluai fires the pass long. Gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman out the back. Carmont dumps the ball over the top. Flick forward.
To knock on, no advantage. Leeds will be very, very happy. Well, they tested their arm on that occasion, but the defence got to them very, very quickly. Right to flick it on, but just could not get away with it.
It's Thomas Luluai of Wigan.
God.
There's one team here, and to me look like they're down for half-time hooter. They just can't wait for that sound. They would. They'd have thrown that ball around for 3 minutes and 19 seconds if they could. Because look, just feeling the pace at the moment.
St Helens 24-6 up against Hulkingston Rovers. 2 minutes to half-time, finding their home form at witness. St Helens now. And Hull KR in a bit of a hole. Badeiras fires the pass wide, and that's Clarkson.
Good. Move. Hold. Go.
Good run from Badeiras again. Hoffman has to back off him.
Oh, he's having a big game, this fellow. He's controlling things in the dummy half, and mixing it up slightly, and
Hands in around the ball by Darryl Goulding. Penalty to Leeds.
well, they've just lost the plot slightly of Wigan, I'm afraid.
I think they'll be in for a bit of a roasting at half-time from Michael Maguire. He isn't very charitable when they're winning. He's quite vocal. So here come Leeds from halfway. Cross will drive it forward on the first. What a boost for them if they came up with a try here right on the stroke of half-time. Clarkson now for them. Finds Ian Kirk. They're 20 metres away. They've got 2 minutes. They've got plenty of time. They've got bags of tackles. And Badeiras is having the time of his life. Sinfield to Jones-Buchanan. Down he goes under O'Loughlin's challenge.
Sinfield's just drifting out onto that right side. Will he be the second phase? Senior goes on his own.
And Senior's halted eventually. Makes a couple more metres though before the referee shouts. Badeiras pops it up to Burrow. Burrow gives it to Webb. Webb goes short. Oh, and it went back off Ryan Hall. It was given to McShane.
It's a
and
try.
here's another decision for Ian Smith.
Knock on.
I think this is a try.
Looking for a knock on.
I think he regathers it.
Did it come off a Wigan chest?
Well, for once, Webb has
In the face.
Yeah, it's in the face. That's
it
a
wasn't a
knock-on.
chest, it was a face of Amos Roberts.
that has to be classified as a knock-on. Well, how many times Yeah, he's lost possession there. So Ryan Hall will have been deemed to have knocked on. Boy, as we've mentioned time and time again, this should be NOTRY. It is. But if all those tries had been given, this game would have been all over.
Well, there's been forward passes, there's been things chalked off by the video referee, and Wigan, in many ways, Phil, at 12-4, they'll be the happier side. They're still in the match. They should have been blown away.
Yeah, I think they've got something to try and fix here, haven't they? Maybe sidestepping through. Leeds, again, have decided that they've got to match Wigan with their aggression in the middle of the field here. Mossop's carried the ball. He still makes metres, doesn't he, after he hits players. But Wigan, as you say, are the second best team and will have to improve dramatically in the second half if they want to turn this around.
Finch gets the ball away. Of course, Wigan had a couple of breaks themselves early on, which could have been.
Well, I wouldn't say that Andy Coley was definitely going to score from 50 metres out, Eddie, even if McAlorum gave him the ball.
I wouldn't like to buy a carpet from you, Phil. I don't think it was 50. 15,
no,
maybe.
When McAlorum made the break, they were on about the halfway line, weren't they, when he had a chance to pass to him?
Play on now.
Hall fiddles with it, but picks it up safely. Just 20 seconds to the half-time siren.
Let's have the jumper time and problem time for that man, Michael Maguire.
But not for him. That's a right
knock on.
No, it's a penalty. There's a messing around in the ruck again.
Well, pump it in and then just give it some height. The big bomb, why not?
There's the half-time siren, but the penalty has to be taken. The game has to be restarted when it comes back out from the crowd.
Kicking straight into touch, that they've done, and one tap, and Mr. Sinfield will send it high into the sky.
Drop goal, Eddie.
No wonder.
You love the one-pointers, kicked it off.
Well, that's interesting. Rob Burrow just said, well, we'll settle for 12-4. He just...
Why wouldn't you give it to Kevin Sinfield and just try and drop a goal?
Well, it's interesting because Sinfield has gone straight across to the halfback, Rob Burrow, and said, what on earth are you doing? Weird. They could have had a high kick, applied the pressure.
Well, Wigan led 4-0. Joel Tompkins try. 4-0. Kevin Sinfield leading his men off the field, having had a word in the ear of Rob Burrow. What was all that about, he said. Pass it to me and I'd have pumped it into the air, or maybe a drop goal attempt. Well, it doesn't matter now because we've got the half-time siren. And as I say, Tompkins gave Wigan the lead in the 11th minute, 4-0. And then 2 in 2 minutes, one from Jones Buchanan, one from Badiras, who's having a wow of a game. Both improved by Sinfield, and Leeds are ahead 12-4 in the battle of the champions here at Headingley. Of their coach,